It is what it do and how the hell are all of you? It's yours truly, Petra. Fucking back with another mother love. You already know the deal. Grab a smoke, grab your drink, and lock with your boy, because we back with another one. We back with another teacher overstepping their bounds with another district, another union, and another whole slew of motherfuckers that are probably okay with what they're doing, or they don't know what they're doing. And see, as parents, we're supposed to choose what's best for our children. That's not on the teachers to decide. That's not on the principal. That's not on anyone else to decide except the parents of that student. And when you go to school, you don't get to hear about my kids. I don't get to hear about your kids. So that really lets me know these teachers are getting away with a lot of things they shouldn't be able to get away with. And like I said, the district, this teachers union, and whatever else is allowing that or is okay with it, they're the problem. Roll the video. Now I'm not going to play the sound because I don't want to get copyright claimed. But if you look here, this person, to parents who refuse to educate their children on queerness, we're not refusing to. I am openly non-binary trans preschool teacher. Let's pause that right there. Preschool teacher. You teach 4-year-olds. You teach 4-year-olds, not your 4-year-olds. 4-year-olds you're probably never going to have. 4-year-olds about sexuality, pronouns, this, that. Let's run. Let's see what she teaches about. I talk to my students about pronouns, transness, gender expression, and sexuality. How many genders does there need to be? I've asked that I don't know how many times. I'm going to keep asking it. Because you can't make it make sense. I'm not saying that you have to be as, per se, hard-assed as I am about it. But there has to be some kind of a balance here. And this balance is getting really skewed. Really, really skewed. Because how many teachers are on TikTok and on Twitter preaching that they teach their students about this when those students are supposed to go to school to learn about, writing, math, reading, arithmetic, right? Gym, social studies, science. Not your idea of science. Not what your idea of science is. Oh, I am right, you're wrong. You're teaching 4-year-olds that have not understand their favorite color yet. They don't probably know what their favorite food is. Some of them might probably still have to be told to go to the bathroom. You know what I mean? So you're telling students, you're indoctrinating children with how you feel because that's what you think. That's why they say to the parents that won't educate their children. I don't need to educate my children with that shit. I don't, and if that upsets you, that's not my problem, that's your problem. That's the district's problem. Because you're making the choice, you are, yourself, this person on the screen is making the choice to teach my children about things that maybe I don't want my children to know about. Why does my 4-year-old need to know about sexuality? Why do they need to know about pronouns? Why do they need to know about gender expression? Why can't they just focus on building blocks, focus on making a friend or two, and hopefully enjoying Blue's Clues when they get home? Or the next television show that hopefully is not indoctrinated with more bullshit from the LGBT community. And I'm going to keep it a buck all day, every day with everybody. My honest opinion is people like this person on the screen are the problem with the LGBT community. I'm sure there's a lot of cool people in the community. I'm sure there's a lot of rad, badass motherfuckers in the community. And as we always say, a couple bad apples make the whole bunch bad, right? Especially when we talk about cops and stuff. Same example, same analogy fits here. A couple bad apples really make the whole community look really bad to a lot of the outsiders that are maybe a little hesitant about the community. Now, I've made it clear before, as I've been called transphobic, homophobic, every phobic in the world, and I guess in the spectrum I've been called. And I've always said, I'm not afraid of you, though. I'm not afraid of what you are, what you believe, or how you believe it. So where's my phobia? You're mad because my opinion doesn't line up with your opinion. You're mad because you think that I think you're not validated. I could give a fuck less if you're validated. I don't owe you that. None of us owe people compassion. None of us owe people empathy. That's a choice. Now let's go to the original video that got me on this. Can't listen to the music. They ain't getting copyright strike or copy claim.
No way is it okay or cool to teach 4-year-olds about sex. I think it's wrong too. I just don't want to be canceled for saying it. Grow the fuck up.
And that right there, you have a lot of people. I've always said I'll put the target on my back. But I can only do that in certain situations. If it's your child in your school district and you don't stand up for them, you're gonna let this indoctrination station run all over your children. There's nothing you're gonna do to stop it. There's nothing you're gonna do to stop it. And as sad as that is, there's a lot of people out here that are like this. And there's a lot of people that will still say, there's a lot of people that would say that I'm wrong for what I said, how I said it. I'm the evil one. I'm a piece of shit. I'll be honest with you. I'm okay with being all that. I could give a rat's ass. I could give two shits to the wind how you think I feel. But I do know this. If this was my school district, if this was my kid's school, if it involved my kids, I'm raising hell. And I'm going to get every parent that believes the same shit I do in that school to raise hell with me. Because this is wrong. There are multiple teachers that are taking liberties they're not deserving to take when it comes to our children. And also, that includes critical race theory. That includes this transgender idea. That's why I say sounds like a fucking trend. Especially the critical race theory. That sounds more like a trend every day. Why, bro? Why does it sound like that? Because of how many people push it. You're not pushing it because you really have read the study. You're not pushing it because you think it's a good thing. You're pushing it because you want to be an ally, because you want to be a fucking comrade, because you want to be the black person's best buddy. But you don't give a fuck about that person. You just don't want to be labeled as racist or a hateful piece of shit. Even though if you don't stand with CRT, that doesn't make you a racist, hateful piece of shit. But the radical left has indoctrinated motherfuckers to believe exactly that. Funny how that works, isn't it? Now, that being said, I'm not going to bite my tongue, like dude said. If there's a problem, it needs to be spoke on. It needs to be called out for what it is. And this is a problem. This isn't okay, and I don't know how it could ever be okay. And I don't know any parent that would be like, you know what, I think it's okay if you're going to teach my 4-year-old about how you're gay, or you're transgender, or you're non-binary, or you're lesbian. My 4-year-old has no reason to know that, but yet you're finding you're taking liberties that you're not deserving of to go tell my child, my student, about what you think is right, what you think is correct. And that's wrong. Because you're not teaching them, a 4-year-old, about the color wheel, how to make a new best friend. You're going to take their day to tell them about you and why they should be more accepting. Even though most 4-year-olds are wildly accepting of just about anything. They just want to play, laugh, and fart. But no, this person's going to take liberties into their own hands, and there's going to be a lot of blind parents out there that, I don't know how to stand up. I don't know what to say. Well, you know what? When it comes knocking on your door, then you don't get to bark. You don't get to get upset. Because if you're not going to stand against it, how can someone stand against it for you? As I said, we can all paint targets on our back for people that don't know how to stand up against the system. Don't want to. They're afraid of backlash, afraid of being canceled, this, that, the other. That's fine. But as I said, when it comes to the school, I can't stand up. I can go to the meetings. I can go to the town halls. I can go to all that, and I can speak my piece. But if you, as another parent, don't stand up to speak your piece and stand up alongside of that person that's also fighting against it, how do you expect anything to change? Do you think that teacher's going to change their ways? Do you think that teacher gives a damn about your child specifically? Because what it tells me is that teacher cares more about what they want the student to learn, not what the student actually needs to learn. Because again, what 4-year-old, 5-year-old, 6-year-old, 7, 8, 9, 10, what elementary school student needs to know about the 7 LBGT letters and what they all mean? Because when I was in high school, when I was in middle school, when I went to sex ed classes, they weren't telling us about, they were talking about the reproduction system, and we all laughed when they said vagina and penis. We laughed. But here we are, 15, 20 years later, and we're going down a road that seems to get longer with more dumbass people filling up the lanes. Teaching children things they do not have the liberties to teach them. Just because you have a job title as a teacher doesn't mean you get to go teach the students whatever you see fit. And I would just take a wild guess, unless the school and the union and the district are backing this person's play, they are going out of their way to not teach something to teach what they want to teach, or they're finding a way to implement what they think they need to teach about queerness, whatever it is. They're looking how to put that into colors, into names, into whatever else 4-year-olds will learn. But yet here we are, and it really does stand with what the fella said. If you stand for it, if you don't stand against it, then you again shut the fuck up. And as I said before, if the school, the union, whatever this teacher has behind them, that acts as if they're not aware of what they're teaching, they're also the problem. And this person is a bad apple and makes the LPG community and people that don't like that community, for whatever their reasons, dislike them more because of what this teacher is projecting onto the world, right? So as that all is said, stay blessed, stay safe, and do not let these teachers steamroll your children for their own benefit. Because I guarantee you, if your 4-year-old said, fuck you, rah, 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 or used any, you guys could say, derogatory word towards them, I guarantee you that child gets brutally yelled at or kicked out of the school or something. That's the only way I could think of that. If you're going to go out of your way to indoctrinate students with whatever you think is fit, and then students don't agree with what you think is fit, I can't imagine that you're going to be okay with it, especially if you're the one trying to propagandize these kids or indoctrinate them. And again, call me a piece of shit all you want, but you're in the same boat, motherfucker. Peace.